The tuner lug wrench. It fits on the lug bolts or lug nuts that are recessed within the wheel itself. So I'll break out my impact wrench for this. Makes the job a lot easier. So here's the lug nut. Step would be to drain the fluid. This appears to take just the four-sided bar on the crescent on the ratchet. Too tight to do by hand, so I like to use a cheater bar. I usually use a jack handle, but couldn't find it. We have most of the oil out, so I'll put the plug back in and tighten it, give it a little bit snug up. Get off that grip so it doesn't get on my face later. So now we have to take the lower control arm loose so we can pull the drive shaft out of the transmission. Get it out, that looks pretty good. So we'll do that over here too. This one came right out. Take off the castle nut. Just don't pull the car over on yourself. Here's a hammer to wrap on it, and then it just pops right out without having to use hard forces. Just try not to hit the threads. Let me put this one's being a little more stubborn than the other one is. Probably messed it. There we go. What that does is it deforms the shape of the control arm, so it pops the cone of the ball joint out. So now the axles are free, so we can pop them out of the transmission and move them out of the way. This one has a weird shock mount location, so it like kind of captivates it. It's kind of irritating. Let's see, this one's got the shift linkage back here. It's a rod type, and it appears to have a loose bushing, so it looks like it's a 12mm. Trying to figure out how the shift rod mounts on here. For this I need to use a punch to punch out the retaining pin. Should have put a bolt through here. There it goes. There's the pin. Beauty. And hopefully this just pulls right apart. Which it doesn't. Looks like the transmission shifted. There we go. That's off. I think we have a mount back here. It goes up in this there. It's got 2 bolts here and one up here that does on it. So that one appears to be gone from the other side. Yep, there's the bolt way up in there. Looks like I have to take the clutch line needs to come off, or that little retaining clip there. Looks like that bracket has 2 10mm bolts holding it on. I guess I can't see very well in the dark. It's 12 instead of a 10. I'll use my bar again for this one. Being stubborn. It appears that the mounts for the transmission hold up this side of the engine, so we'll have to block the upper side of the engine so that it doesn't fall down when we take the transmission off. So we'll do that now. We'll go up above, so we'll lower the car down. Now we got the car down at a good working height, we'll take some stuff out and get access to. So the first thing we have to do is take out the air filter. It looks like it's got some 10mm mounting bolts. Nice dirt too. So there's a 10mm bolt down there and 2 up here. And then it looks like it's just got a spring here and a put it back there. Yep, it was just a snap-on rubber piece. just go ahead and pull this out of the way. It's just a Phillips head screw on the hose clamp back here. And then a couple hoses. Seems to work to get hooked. Oh, that one had some nice stuff in it. I wouldn't think there should be water in vacuum hoses. And then take off the sensor later. Keep that one out of the way. Before we take the starter out, we'll disconnect the battery. That's a 10mm. It's a tiny little battery. That way I don't accidentally electrocute myself, even though that would be fun. So on the end of the starter solenoid here is connection. Let's see if I can get the little rubber grommet off. So that looks like a 12mm. So these ones have a little clip here that you have to pull back in order to pull it off, and the clip goes down over top of that, like that. So you pull that little clip back, and that allows, I did it once. There we go. That allows it to come off. This one I can't see the clip, but I can feel it. There, I pulled it off. The other cord just pulls out. It's a little end connector. The starter bolts appear to be 14mm. It's way up inside here. So much easier with a little more leverage. Cut that one out. There's usually two bolts. The second one is down on the back side here. So I'll reach down this way to get to that underneath the starter. Oh, that one was much easier. There we go. Yeah, look at that, much bigger. Probably the same amount of threads though. And then the starter just pulls out of here. Appears to be in decent shape still. A little dirty. Take that out of the way. So what appears to be the speedometer sensor, so we'll pull that connector off of there. So it just pulls, you push in on this little tab here and it just pulls right off. So here's the bracket we took off for the for the clutch slave cylinder. So we'll pull that out of the way as far as we can with the cables in the way there.